Man, my screen is blue, but my face looks white. What are you doing, James?
Reading my monitor.
It's recording, so we'll just
It's
capture whatever's
recording?
happening. Yeah, it's just recording. I mean, sometimes it doesn't hurt just to have it us bullshitting a little bit, and then you could do your thing.
Okay. You look good, Song? You all right?
Yeah, yep. Whatever.
Okay.
You look you look center to me.
Yeah.
I'm host again, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can
I'm
get
just a
this spiel ready and out.
okay. I'm just a visitor.
Hello and welcome to another special episode of Two Off the Tee. I'm your temporary new host, James Shin, along with my co-host, the Titleist of Loans, Jeff Shin. And today we have a very special guest, our unelected chairman, Sung Kim. Sung, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys.
Board
How you
of
guys doing?
Governors. Board of Governors.
Yeah, man.
Unelected Board of Governors. Sung,
Unelected.
why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into golf, like your handicap, where you're at with your golf career right now before we jump into everything else that we're going to talk about.
Started golf around high school. That was something that my whole family played. My parents, and then my grandparents, all my uncles. That's how I got into golf during high school. And then I stopped. When I moved back to Chicago 5 years ago, I started playing again. So that's how I just kind of got into golf. It's for family reasons.
Nice. I didn't know you were playing in high school too, like Tom. We got some hustlers
Yeah, I mean
here
that's
with us.
that's when all of our family were playing. So that's when I just kind of started playing. I love playing sports in general. Just kind of picked it up from then, and then had a huge gap between then to now, but definitely played a lot more in the past 4 or 5 years.
For sure. And I remember when you first started playing again, you were the drinking a lot of alcohol type. And then
Yeah,
somewhere,
yeah.
what switched? What switched for you where you stopped doing that?
So I don't know if you remember this, James or Sung. I remember this when you moved back and you joined the league. I think you thought it was just for fun, because I would log in and drive and go on Instagram, and Sung would be posting a story 2 hours before the round, like leaving a club. I was like, dude, this guy did not sleep yet, and he's gonna show up. And I think later down the road, like maybe after an event or two, he realized it's pretty competitive, because he'd become like, he would literally leave the club and show up at the tee box hungover a little bit. It was like, oh man, yeah, you smell like alcohol. And he would come up partying. It's like, I think
Uh,
I think it was Chevy Chase that changed everything for him. That's what I remember, because he was just like, it looked like he was slightly miserable, but I think he realized we were playing, we were pretty serious in our rounds at Chevy Chase. He's like, oh, I can't, I can't come drinking the next day before the event.
yeah, I mean,
I think he
like
still does that sometimes.
in the beginning, I still I think I drank while playing, and then also I'm just competitive, so like I want, and no one else too much was drinking either. But like I just got competitive where I took it more seriously. Yeah, I mean, when I first started, it was just for fun, but then also I'm generally just very competitive. So when everyone was very serious about golf or trying to play better, I definitely took the hint and didn't drink or stop drinking while playing. But I still partied. Like I'll still go out the night before, come hungover, smelling like alcohol. But there's times that I test myself how I play when after coming home playing hungover or not. Like the score wasn't a huge difference, but definitely at least didn't drink while playing.
Well, I know you would come hungover and you would still sometimes place top 3 or whatever. So I'm not sure alcohol is a deterrent for you, at least in your performances. So it's kind of interesting because
Yeah,
I play
that
really
comes
bad.
with like that comes with practice. If you're constantly getting hungover and coming golfing, it's like an everyday, it's like a normal thing. So it definitely didn't change my game at all.
All right. Well, I want to jump into the meat of what we're here for. We wanted to talk to you about the golf. Well, I think Jeff is moving it to be called a club now.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just sounds better than golf league, that it's a golf club.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, club league. I'm a little bit indifferent on that. I think we're just more of path to par versus MGGA, and I think that's a nice little update. Much as I like MGGA, it's just kind of funny from how the original story of why it became one MGGA. But I like the path to par because none of us shoot par, so it has a good
Well,
meaning.
I also thought of a new name, Breaking Point Golf Club. So the idea behind it is breaking 100, same thing as path to par, but breaking 100, breaking 90, breaking 80, breaking 70. So it's like
Yeah.
breaking point golf club, and it'll be easier to say BPGC than
That's a work in progress for sure.
I
yeah.
think out of the two, definitely leaning towards more path to par than breaking. That sounds like obviously kind of related to almost like breaking habit or like kind of that's what I would just kind of came when you said it first. But path to par, I think definitely hits better.
Yeah. So how
Thank you.
what
I
is
agree
this
too.
your Song, is this your 4th year in the league now or
I
5th year?
think this is my fourth or fifth.
Yeah. How do you like it so far? How do you like
No,
your
it's
time
been
with it so
great.
far?
It's been great. Like, I mean, I guess you get to meet a lot of people. You see a lot of people have different skills when it comes to golf. So people that are better than me definitely look closer to see what they're doing to why they score. And then also people that are not as good, you can definitely give pointers as well to make the league better as well. So it's been a lot of fun meeting new people, having a little banter throughout the round, throwing a little bit of money around. So it's been a good group so far.
The money thing I know you really like. Is there
Yeah,
He
I
loves
know
it.
always,
He loves it.
always.
He goes around, you win, you win. You're gonna bet 20 bucks, 50
I
bucks.
am the unofficial bookie for our league. So
yeah, you're the
He has
casino
a fanny
grounds
pack with the
guy.
cash register, wad of cash
Yeah.
in there. What do you need? You need change? I got you. Don't worry.
I'll take any bet, long
Yeah.
as it's fairly somewhat fair.
Yeah. What, $5? All right, you're in two. 10, you're in
Yeah.
two. I'll figure it out.
And I don't know if you've seen the banter in the Discord. I don't know if I saw your name pop up. Oh, I guess you did read. What do you think of the handicap changes of not using 100% of someone's handicap, but maybe using 80% of it? I think we feel like it might level the playing field for the lower handicaps because our league club has a big gap. Do you think it's gonna even the playing field, or do you think the high handicaps are just gonna give up? I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen really with this.
I mean, obviously it's gonna close the gap. Like obviously if you do, let's just say for 80, if you do 80%, you're just making the leaderboard more narrow from someone shooting -10 to +10 will be like a -8 to +8 because you're shaving off strokes. So it would definitely make the round competitive where it could definitely have more swings during the round for sure. And like,
Yeah,
there's people that complained about like it's not fair, but at the same time, the same percentage that every low handicap, high handicap just gets reduced. So it's
the
definitely
pers-
makes it more competitive each round.
yeah, the percentage is the same, but the amount of stroke difference is gonna be a lot. Like for me, I might get hit a stroke or two, but someone else might get hit like what, 5 or 6 strokes?
Yeah, I mean, if you do 80%, if you're a 10, you're gonna get 2 strokes reduced. If you're a 20, that's gonna reduce 4 strokes. But then also based on the course rating, if it's a difficult course, they're gonna get maybe like 4 additional strokes because of the course compared to 10 getting like a 2. So like end of the day, I think it's still fair. Makes the round competitive where I'm not against it doing that where because it is true that statistically like people that higher handicaps they have a higher percentage to shoot much lower than the lower handicaps. I'm right in the middle. I'm at a 14 right now. So I speak kind of I think a little bit not for the lower handicap because I haven't reached there yet, but I started high and I'm at where I am. So
Do you have anything to add, Jeff?
No, I mean, what saying a song is saying, I do agree, and that's kind of the thing. My whole thing behind it is yes, let's bring the competition back. I mean, we definitely overlooked it. He touched on it as well with the slope rating, right? I mean, if you're playing a guy that's 25, they're gonna get possibly 5 strokes at at a higher course rating. So if they go from 25 to 30, and using you as an example at a 10, and you might gain a stroke, well, they're still gaining almost 20 extra percent on you in strokes. So it's really hard. And at first, I think it really triggered it maybe 2 years ago when Harry won at McRae with the major. I mean, he went like -17. Everyone was basically like, okay, well, we're playing for second place here. And this
yeah.
guy gets a double
Yeah.
bogey, triple bogey, it's par. And it's like, he gets a par actually, and it's like -4, and he's how can you compete at that point? So at least that was a starting point of triggering it and thinking about it, of making some changes. And then again, a lot of people that weren't in the league that was mentioning, or how's this individual supposed to win versus other guy? It just doesn't seem fair. And it seemed really lopsided. So it was actually Sung that sent it in our group chat, that whole USGA exceptional scoring, and looking into it with the probabilities. Like, yeah, I mean, okay, so there's something here that we definitely overlooked. And let's, at least for me, I'm going to, let's dig into it and look. And I was like, yeah, okay. Again, we're going too far on one side of higher handicappers winning. And it's not to, pick on them, right? It's just, it's so lopsided at a certain point that what Eric said was true. There's no incentive for lower handicaps to join, and the competition is only going to be playing against a bunch of 30 plus handicap guys. And it's nothing against them, but I mean, let's be honest, it sucks playing with them sometimes. Like, I know I'm not that great, but gosh, playing a 30 plus handicap guy topping the ball his whole way through the round and all that, it's just like, this is a long day. And in the summer, it's like hot already. So you're trying to keep your cool just because it's hot. You're playing bad, and then you're watching someone play bad, and it just compounds.
Yeah, yeah,
And
for
but
sure.
think to Harry's credit, like for Harry, obviously he shot out of his life that day, but also from what I know that summer at least, I know that he worked on his game a lot. So I think also that like added on top of the good round that he had, where like he actually worked for his game, so he was able to shoot that on top of just shooting really well that day out of the norm as well too. So
So
and that's
yeah,
like an
for sure.
exact point where like high handicap could shoot -10 versus a low handicap, the best they're gonna do is like probably -3 to -5 or something like that. So doing the exceptional scoring does make sense where it makes the variance much narrow, not much narrower, but just narrowed. So the lower handicap has a little bit of a better opportunity to at least catch up or win as well.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree. I have a couple ideas that I want to implement or throw a vote out for changes in the
Hold on,
club.
hold on.
But Song, do
But
you have
then hold on,
anything you
sorry.
want to? Do you have any change? Huh?
Yeah,
Hold on.
so one kind of going back to exceptional thing where you're gonna reduce strokes. I think that makes the round competitive, but doesn't make the league competitive because it makes the round competitive because it makes the score more narrow. But someone can sandbag the whole year and have a high handicap, keep their handicap or high handicap, and turn it on the playoffs. So I just want to point out that it does make the round that round itself competitive, but not the league
Oh,
in that
so
aspect.
we got eyes on some people already that you might sandbag.
Who?
I don't know. They know we're
No,
talking
not
about
who.
them.
Like you're talking about me sandbagging?
No, no, no. I'm just being funny. But
Think I don't think there's a way to make everything 100% like fair. I mean, there's going to be people who don't they'll play an all-star round or something with their friends and they just won't plug it in grid. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
know
well,
that's already happening and there's no way to police that. I think we just hope that everyone tries to be as honest and fair um about it. But I mean, at the end of the
well,
day, there's nothing we could do to really make it 100% fair. We're trying to make it really fair for everybody, but I don't think there really is a way to make it fair. When there's money involved, someone's going to do something out there to cheat or
well,
sandbag or
even if
do something.
they don't record their rounds, they're gonna come into these events at 18. So unless they're actually playing to a 16, not dropping down to a 12, let's say, or a 13, okay, that might change it. But the guys that might not be recording and show up to the playoffs thinking they could game the system, I think that tax anywhere between right now 75 to 85% is going to catch up to them. So it's almost in their best interest to record the rounds, because if they're actually playing worse, you could knock off your lower scores actually. So I feel like it would be more of a reason to record your rounds to actually get a real handicap, as opposed to trying to figure out how to game the system. Because if you play further back, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit anyways with 20%. Let's say if we agree to 80% allowance. So I think it's going to be a good number. That's why I was thinking 75 to be a little bit more aggressive. And then if it's way too crazy, it's not like we're gonna shut this down. So, next year we could bump it up to 80%. But I think it's always harder going from a higher number, let's say at 80, and going down to 75. because then we're trying to figure out how to get the lower handicap guys to win.
I think 80%, 75 seems a little bit extreme. And I think I saw in your podcast or PGA or your stat was generally leagues do 95% or something like that. I think probably like 80%, 85% would be a good start. But I guess I know, James, you just asked about maybe changes that I would like to see in the league. Would be having a cut line for making the playoffs. This is gonna make it competitive where people can't really sandbag in a way. Because if you think about it, if you look at all professional sports, they usually make only 50% make the playoffs, generally speaking, somewhat around there. So like if you do a 50% cut line in playoff one, you're gonna have to play your best golf every time you come out. So you can't sandbag. And that also makes attendance matter because that's something that I know, Jeff, you spoke about a little bit where you want people to attend more, but obviously that's just based on everyone's availability. But if you have people come and knowing that only top 12, let's say, makes it, every point you earn that you come out to, you want to play your best. So they can't really sandbag any of the rounds that you're playing on league days. And we know we do have 9 events a year. So handicaps based on 8 out of 20. So if you play, let's say just even like 8 rounds in a league and you play your best, you go into the playoffs with the lowest handicap because you had wanted to make the cut line to make the playoffs. So then, and
Some good
also
reasoning
like,
behind his
I
theory.
know, yeah. And
You
I
make a
know
good
that
point.
I know that we want to be inclusive. And though that's the whole point of a handicap, already are an inclusive league. So like we don't need to make it inclusive for the playoffs. You should be rewarded playing well throughout the season. That's one of the things that we switched last year, having granting 3-2-1 stroke going into the playoffs. It makes it a little bit more competitive rather than just the first place bye. And we literally witnessed that last year where I was in 4th place on the last day of the event where I won and I came first.
Yeah,
So it was
rubbing it in,
competitive in the
Jeff.
top half, but then,
Dude, we
but then
played lights
it
out
didn't,
that day. It was
yeah,
lights
but then
out.
it didn't make the middle half of the scoreboard competitive because everyone still made the playoffs.
I mean,
But I think like,
I like his point. I can't.
I
It's got a good point, man.
no,
and
I
I
agree.
think I do want us to have at least minimum 12 make the playoffs and maximum 16. I think that's a good like cutoff of range. I talked to one of our other guys in our league, which it's a good idea, but I don't agree with. Is like, let's say we have 24 players in a league and only 12 makes it, but then we allow people that came to our league days, like if they for attendance, where like if you came 5 times out of 9, you're in the bottom. You're the 13th, 15th, 16th player to make it to the playoffs, and then you would have 16 going into the playoffs. But I prefer because obviously depending on how many people we have going into the season, but I think trying to do like a 50% cut line for round one, I think it will kind of prevent sandbaggers attendance where people have to show up and yeah. So
So you want like a play in like the NBA
no,
has?
this is not even a play in. Like we're like, because I know, Jeff, you talked about people wanting to attend more. So like you grant attendance reward where if you have 24 players, only top 12 points make it. But then the last 4 players that didn't make it, if they came into the league events more than 5 times or more than half, they could get into the playoffs because attendance.
Ooh.
But overall, like trying to eliminate sandbagging and all that. And then I know that people don't record all their scores for whatever their reason, but if they have to record majority of their scores in league and have a cutoff, they're gonna have to play their best golf every game or every league day.
Yeah, I mean, you make a lot of great points. I would say I guess it would really depend on how many people sign up this year. Because yeah, if we have like
Yeah.
24 or 30 people, uh, eh, yes, we would love everyone to come out. I mean, scheduling wise, it's a pain in the ass for any one of us on this one that's doing it and helping scheduling. So it is a big pain in the ass, and especially um, it probably is unfair that people that don't have a high attendance are still making it. So that's a little, yeah, I would agree it's unfair. So I do like the idea. My always concern is because we're not a rather large group, but I think if we got to like 30 plus and eliminate half, and then, save like slots 12, 13, or 13, 14, 15, 16, to making it based on attendance and points. Yeah, I think that would be an extra incentive that way. I do like the idea. It's just the unknown of how many people will invite and or others will invite to join to actually really have that. Because my idea was at least the compromises. I'm hoping that this year, if we have a flex schedule, that I know some people that have kids and whatnot that can't make the late morning, afternoon sessions, they could start the round a morning session like the PJ, they just have it throughout the whole day. We'll have a morning AM session where there's a flex tea time. Those guys start the day, and that might help just with their attendance and showing up. And then if we implement that, and then they still can't join that, then everyone makes a playoffs and they'll just start +1, +2, +3 because of how many events they played. That was my first idea of trying it out this year, doing it that way. And then I believe that as we grow and more people will join, then we could start really truly implementing a cut line. Not that I'm targeting like higher handicappers. It's just I feel like we're gonna give them every reason to quit. We're already hitting them with the tax. They're probably going to think they can't make the playoffs, which is fine, right? At the end of the day, it's fine. But I don't want them to feel like, hey, we're finding reasons why we're going to, it seems like we attack higher handicappers when it's just really trying to create the best competition for the summer.
Yeah, and I mean, so that's the thing with like having a cut line. Like if you were to do a 50% or minimum only 12 makes it, maximum 16, like you're creating competition in regular season. So like I think it just makes it competitive where you can't sandbag. You need to come out, and I do like the morning scheduling because there's like few people that would jump on that opportunity and they'll make attendance better. But if you do let everyone in, sandbagging is always going to be a factor to some people. And then charging them +3 or 2, like that's not going to be that's not going to sometimes not matter at all because last year who got awarded -3, 2, 1, like they all got eliminated. Like
Well,
myself, like I started -3. I had my worst day at Seven Bridges, and that's where like I got cut. I got fucking knocked out. So
I
yeah,
will
yeah,
I
I
say
think
I
I
was
think for me, I think
okay. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
no, yeah, for me, I think the cut line is the best ideal. I mean, granted, it sucks that people might get eliminated, but it is a competition where the playing with handicap itself is already making it inclusive for everyone under handicap. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with having elimination just because we're all guys. Like they know we all play sports, so there's a factor where you can get cut. So
Hmm.
and if people complain as they're not be able to make it come because like I guess Mike is a one prime example where he can play in the morning. So if we do a flex time, like it gives everyone else another option to play in the morning if they can come in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you know
That's
what? Like
fair.
if some people drop out, I mean, if some people drop out because they are afraid that they're not gonna make the top 12, they're really it's a top
It's the
12. Like
new
if you make
the
it,
Emphasize
new
that
if you
word
make
so
of
it
hard.
2026.
if you're if you come to 5, 6 events and if you place first, you get 500 points. And then after that, you just accumulate some points, you're going to be automatically in. Like when I looked at our leaderboard last year, 12
Harry is
place
a
was
good example.
623, and
Well,
yeah,
he can't do
13th
Sundays
was
for sure.
605. Yeah, so like,
Well, Harry made 4
I,
events and he got 6th place. So that's what I
yeah,
was doing
so
when I
like,
kept looking over
you
here.
know, yeah, so I think it makes sense to do that where if you're afraid to not make the playoffs, like, come on, man, like, you gotta grow some balls and you can come 9 all every league day, you'll probably make it. I don't know how many points you get being last in every league day, but you'll probably make the league playoffs.
So do you want to still keep the net advantage then too?
If it,
See,
Minus
I
that's the
three,
got
thing.
minus
So
that
like,
has to change. That would have to change if there's a
if we
cut
have a
line.
cut line.
if we have
Yeah.
a cut line, I don't think net advantage is not going to be a huge factor where you can do it without it as well, or you could do a higher percentage because you're
First,
already forcing people to play, get many point, accumulate many points as possible. So if they shoot really well during regular season. Playoff comes around, they're gonna be at their lowest handicap where no one can sandbag. Everyone's playing at their peak level. So itself is gonna reduce their strokes already going into the playoffs.
First place has to
But
get
like I'm
something.
being for the yeah.
They got to win something. I don't know what. A bye. The bye week was fun.
Yeah, bye week. You know what? I wish we had a bye week last year. Funny thing is, I'm the one that
You definitely
proposed
pushed for it.
reward stroke. I pushed for it, and karma. But you
it's
know
been-
what though? Like it really made the last like regular season like crazy because of top four, where depending on where you place, your standings change. Like that was a really good like result of how things happen.
I like the cut line idea. I'm not going to lie. After Sung explained his reasoning, I do like it. I mean, half of the field, it would also make scheduling a lot easier because it is a nightmare trying to get 25 adults to play golf on like any given. Sometimes it's hard just to get a foursome out, So trying to get 25 people to play in one day, it's really hard.
Yeah,
So
I think
that
like
12 eliminate that.
16 still.
I like the idea. 12 to 16 cut line. I guess it would really depend on how many people join. I think that's the biggest thing to
Yeah.
determine the cut line.
Join and people quitting because I think some people might quit with this handicap
Yeah.
thing. I mean,
So if there's, I would say if there's 25 plus, it would make sense. I think 20.
No, but then you
plus
just
maybe.
make top 12, minimum top 12 makes it. So like even if we do have less than like 20 players in a league, you still have 12 players that makes it. So it makes it a little bit more fun and competitive for round one as well. But
That
still,
would
like
make-
end of the day, yeah.
Well, that would make event 9 pretty fun because I remember I posted that in Discord saying, hey, you know how they do it on an ESPN where if this guy wins or who wins this game, like you'll move up here and the playoff format will completely change. So I guess, if you lock in the first 12 slots and then a play-in sort of, while it's not designed to be a play-in, I think that would be
I got a
pretty
question.
intense.
What does
Hold on, let me
what
find.
does play-in mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It's the NBA did some play-in playoff thing in the beginning of the season, which is really dumb. But what I was saying is the idea is if we have 12 people that make it and then we allocate slots 13 to 16 and we have 4 people at the bottom trying to compete on that final event, that would be pretty intense. I could see that being pretty
The
intense.
bottom
That would
four
be fun.
compete. The bottom four.
I don't
compete.
know
I don't know.
Well, if
I
there's
don't know
20,
about
yeah.
play-in.
If there's 20, 4 of you guys are not going to make the playoffs. So they would compete for points at the bottom.
I mean,
Well, I guess
cutting the
it
first
depends.
playoff to 8 people is a huge swing. Out of like 25 people, what?
No,
12 get
16 would
cut.
make it.
16 get cut. No, I'm saying how we used
16
to
would
do
make
it.
it to.
How
Oh,
we
yeah,
used to do
yeah.
it. Like playoff 2, it's like only 8 advance. That's a huge swing, Out of 25 players, you cut 16 people or whatever the math is. Like that's a lot of people you cut. So I do like to cut.
Yeah,
I do
this
like
is
to
like-
cut. And it's only 12, and then you cut it to 8, and then final 4 or whatever, or even 16 and then 8 and then 4, half, and half, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and then Jeff, you brought up another good point. Not only the last league matters for the top 4, or depending on if we do grant the bye week or award strokes, like even the last 9 placed from 3 to 12, it's gonna matter on the last day of the event because that could swing everything too. So like,
Yeah.
Hey, so do you have the scores up on the computer? Is that what you're looking at? Because if you are,
the
I was just
scores
going
of
to ask.
attendance.
No, not the attendance, just the points. Because I was curious
Yeah.
who would not have made it?
Nemeth wouldn't have.
Would not have made it. Yeah. One
We're going to go
sub,
after Nemeth this
Nemeth,
year.
Sebastian, Kevin,
Sebastian wouldn't have
Mike.
made the cut either. Yeah, there's a lot of names.
Yeah.
The
David,
final-
Tom, and Jerry. I think
The
it's
final
final 4,
four?
isn't it?
The final 4 wouldn't have made it. I would have made it, but Nemeth, Kevin, and Sebastian wouldn't have made the playoffs.
They would be out of the top 16
Yeah.
from their
Top
point.
12.
12.
Top 12.
Yeah,
top 12, yeah. But then
Nemeth-
who's the other?
Nemeth only made 2
Who's
events.
the 4? Yeah, I know. But who's the 4 that would be on the bubble?
Kevin,
13 to
One.
16.
Joe, Mike, David.
Ooh, interesting.
So yeah, top 12 would be really interesting. And if you do a flex morning time, it would make people with kids be able to play. I think that's going to be a nightmare to schedule, but I think it's up to those guys to figure that out because, I mean, that's way too much
I think if we
scheduling.
do that, Yeah, if we do that, we gotta update our spreadsheet where whoever wants to play in the
Oh, I
mornings,
fixed
like, we'll
it.
just indicate. Yeah,
It's
Jeff
okay,
already
I
fixed.
haven't
fixed
seen
it.
it, but
James hates it.
yeah. So I think that's easy. I mean, they would have to book a tea time themselves, but it's not that difficult to do. I mean, we're all
I can
adults. They
see the
can call the golf
future.
course.
That's why. But
Well, I mean, if we're
those
calling
guys
in,
would
you
have
could
to
just
figure it
also
out.
book it. Well, they could also
Yeah,
book it on like,
whoever.
I don't know. It's not difficult. We could figure that part out, the logistics of it.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
I
And
would
they just have to
say,
pay the full price.
yeah. So
I like this idea. I'm not gonna lie. I had some
I'm not gonna
ideas I
lie.
wanted to throw
I'm
out,
like,
but
I was at 0%, but I shifted to like 89%.
wow, look at that. Sung should go into
See, that's
politics.
what you need. I thought about this. I thought about
It's
it
just a
because I
proper
definitely
approach.
listen to, I listen to your podcast and trying to see what's fair. And like, we want to be competitive and we are competitive, but if everyone makes the playoffs, it's not really competitive. Like,
Yeah.
you got to
Mm.
give regular season more meaning, just like professional sports where they start eliminating them. And
I
if you
really,
don't, if you're,
really
if you're
like
not
that
that
idea. I really like that
yeah, and
idea.
think about it this way too. Like, you're paying $160. You come out to 9 events. It's like you get to have fun with your friends and playing. It's end of the day, $160 is not a lot of money. Like for 9 events that we come to. So like it's not that big of a deal. But if you're not gonna play because you're afraid that you're not gonna make the top 12, yeah, that just I don't know if you
Mm.
wanna I don't know if we want them in the league if gonna give up because they can make the playoffs.
Damn, this
It
year is
adds
so
a whole new
hostile,
level of.
man.
What'd you
I
say, Jeff?
love it.
Then that means you have no competitiveness in you. Like if you can't even make the
Everyone's
top
being so
12.
hostile this year, man.
Well,
I love it.
people are asking. We're asking people's opinions and stuff, and people are talking. So it's kind of nice because we've been doing this, and we're just like, oh, like this is fun this way, but introducing new ideas to it. So I had an idea. I had 2 ideas I wanted to bring to the league. And I kind of don't even want to bring it up anymore because this cut line thing is so good. One thing I was gonna do was like 2 flights, but now I kind of want to scrap that idea because I was gonna do 0 to 15 and then 15 plus guys, and then I don't know, somehow join them for the playoffs. But I'm going to scrap that idea. Well, I want to scrap my other idea too. My other idea was to do a live style thing where we have 4 captains or something, and everyone picks their team, and then you guys go out live style teams, compete, rack up points, and then the team wins whatever event. But I mean, I am the individual selfish player, so I do like this new cut line thing that's been introduced.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm
We
like
just
at
knocked 20 minutes off my
89%.
segment, so
Well, I got a topic to throw in there, and this is one I don't know how to go about it. I think I know what you guys are gonna say, but I'll just throw it out there. I know some guys want to invite people that don't have a handicap established but play, or beginners. So they're probably gonna be legitimately 30 plus guys for handicap. What do we do with them if they don't have a handicap established or they're 30 plus?
I
you
think
gotta,
30
I don't know.
handicap is a little bit a lot. I mean, I think we have maybe 1 or 2 that's in the 20s. So like if they're new, they don't know the rules, etiquette, like I think 30 is a little high too, in my opinion.
A little high.
But if someone knows them and they're willing to get better, where they actually go to the range and practice, and they're not coming just for the fun and the group activity, that may be a different story. But you have to show that you're going to the range, like Tom, where he's posting videos every day at the range.
You have homework.
You gotta at least have some clip out there that you're practicing to get
Show
better.
show us your resume.
Well, with the new cut line, it's like, if they want to join as a 30, I mean, they might not win, and they might give up really easily. With a cut line, like they have to try to get better and they got to practice. I mean, introducing this cut line I think has incentivized people to, like, even me in the back of my mind right now, it's like, dude, I got to go practice after we record this. I got to go to the range and I got to get to it. Like, I'm not
Well,
safe
yeah, now the
either.
goal is to get the top 12.
Yeah, like
You gotta make the top
I went
12.
to every event and I think I barely made it. I was like 10th place or something. Like I
So
barely
what
made
about
the
guys that
cut.
want to join? What happens if guys want to join but they don't have an established handicap? Because we use Grint, but they might have
They
something
gotta.
else.
Well, who's
I
joining
think they
without a
can
handicap?
import that though.
Yeah, they can import their
Uh,
scores.
I'm getting messages from someone that's recruiting 3 people to join, and they have no established handicap on Grint
Do they got?
or
Do they
just
have golf
anywhere.
clubs? The hell?
Yeah.
But then, so are you saying that they have a handicap and a different app?
Well, both. If let's say they have one on a different app, or they just don't have one at all, but they just play and never
Yeah,
had
then
a cap.
at least with if they have a different app, I think they can probably just enter scores and Grint to at least to start out a handicap.
I think
Put
so.
your
But if
best
they
20.
don't have a if they don't have an app or never checked it, but you know that they actually golf where there's somewhat skill, I guess you can just have them join on whatever handicap and then they have, keep recording to get better. That's based on who the referral is. That like is that worthy of like that you can trust?
Yeah, so what I was thinking is it's a huge maybe, and if anything, all the plus 30 guys will just be grouped and play last. It's just
Yeah,
unfortunate.
they'll suck for the golf course.
Well, they'll be
Well,
out there anyways. It's just that 4 of them are together.
well, how do you know that these guys know what the rules of golf? I mean, the only rules of golf that we really are like talking about is penalties. You know, how do you know that these guys
Yeah.
are?
I
And I
guess,
mean,
yeah,
I don't want to play
their
with a 30
sponsor would
handicap.
have to be their sponsor would have to take care of this, and I think.
Yeah, and then if you never
Okay,
record
yeah.
it, I mean, our league is from April to August before playoffs. So, like, I'm sure if they play a lot, they'll have enough scores by the playoffs. Because end of the day, it's about making it to the playoffs and have a
Mm.
true handicap.
Alright, we'll put them in the maybe category. I don't wanna shut it down completely, but it's too confusing that they don't have a handicap and they're joining, and I think
Is it
even if
that they
they're
don't
well, they're
have
gonna
a
get taxed
handicap?
at 20%. Hmm?
Is it that they don't have a handicap and they're 30 plus handicaps, or is it one or
No,
the
I'm just
other,
saying that
or is
I
it
would
both?
assume that they're gonna be 30 both. I mean, it's just unknown if they don't have anything established. I feel like it's a Tom situation that we're using Grint, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm at 18." And I don't think he knows the difference between an 18 and a 12 because he's telling me I
Well,
guess
he's a 9
I
now, so
spoiled it,
yeah,
right? Yeah, well,
he's a
he was
9.
saying, "I'm at 18," and he comes out, and he's, like, hitting bunker shots with backspins and to the pin. It's like, "Dude, like, you're not an 18. This guy's an 18.
Well,
We know an 18."
dude, I think there needs to be a level, there needs to be a ceiling of a handicap. We can't just let everybody join the club. As much as inclusive as you want this to be, you can't have someone who just picked up golf yesterday and is like, I want to play with you guys. I get it. I don't know why Cowboy said this, where he was, I kept calling you, you never denied me. And I don't think I really said I'm not going to play with you because you're bad. But if someone called me, and I guess I have done this, I take this back. Someone has called me who's really bad at golf, and they're like, let's play golf. And I'm like, I'm busy that day, you know? Like, what the
I think I
hell,
know who
man?
that was.
"Oh, I got a customer.
Like, what do you want me to do,
I
dude?
I
got
gotta
a
show
showing.
house.
Yeah.
I got a showing.
My dog. I
Um,
gotta let my dog out.
I have a lot
He has
of
all the
excuses I could use now.
I
But,
got
you
work, I
know,
got a wife, I got a dog.
hey, dude, stop, man. You're giving away all my excuses. But yeah, like, I mean, if this guy were to call me again right now and be like, hey, I want to play golf, I'd be like, have you practiced? Have you gotten better? You know, like, dude, I don't want to go out there when you're shooting a 115, man. Like, I want to enjoy myself too. So there's got to be a ceiling of this joining here. Like, you got to have a certain level of skill to play with us, somewhat. And even a 25 is pretty lenient, I would say. Like, I feel like the cut line should be like the ceiling should be like a 20. I feel like, because that's like at
Ooh.
least somewhat competitive. They're breaking 100 somewhat on a consistent basis. Or is that not? Is a 20 not breaking?
I feel like that's kind of too low. I mean, if you have a handicap of 28, that means you're shooting 100 or best 8 rounds.
Okay, fine.
I
So
think probably
25
like
has to be the
yeah,
ceiling.
25-ish, I think is reasonable.
It just like
Alright, I'll
if
have
you're
to
not
think about
breaking
it a little
100,
bit
it's
more.
what are you saying?
Oh, we should have an initiation. "Hey, go play out there, record, show us it, and break 100. Then you're in."
Even
At least
that's
then
like
your
easy.
handicap's at 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too weird for our ecosystem with someone with no established handicap on Grint to join.
I mean, if they have a handicap on a different app, obviously I think that's totally fine because
Yeah.
then they have every scores recorded. But then if you don't have a handicap on any app, but your referral says he's like a 15, then I think it's something that we can talk about. That means at least he plays golf like consistently.
Mm. Good points. See, that's why we have a board of governors.
We should always keep it an odd number
I'm
of
the
people.
mediator.
Is there another
Yeah,
person?
we do have
in
to.
here? Like,
Well,
yeah,
we
it has
threw
to
in
be
Andrew,
kept.
but I think we
Well, it sounds like
he's
he's gonna
booted.
quit.
Andrew's gone.
He's gonna quit
Who
anyways.
knows? We'll see.
Anyways,
I
if
mean, he drew a
has to be
line
an
in
odd
the
number.
sand. So
Now,
yes.
Andrew won't quit if you have a cut line because he generally comes to every event, so he'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I
He'll
thought
make
he
it by
read.
attendance.
I thought he read like if it's not 95, he quits or something like that. The exceptional handicap.
Well,
Uh,
he said 90, and I said, well, it's not 90. So there's our line in the sand. So he can decide from there.
I think that he said that based on he said he's not gonna bet if he has to do 90%. I don't know about he said he
Yeah,
wasn't
I
gonna join
mean,
the
he's
booth.
probably just reacting, but we'll see. I mean, it'll
I think
suck.
Yeah,
it's
we'll see
probably
when he says he
even.
reacts to a cut line.
Man, that's such a good that cut line thing really took off a lot of time off of what I wanted to talk about. I didn't think it was gonna be that good, dude. Like you had some really good selling points. And I really agree to that, man. I think it's
moved
great.
from 0 to 89. It was pretty good.
It sounds like we're all in favor of the group is right here to decide. Now it sounds like we just
Yeah,
gotta decide
Dude,
if it's
I
12 or
had to
16.
really,
No,
I
I like
really
the-
had to think about this because like I know Jeff is as stubborn as hell because he's Korean and older brother, and us being Korean, we're stubborn as hell. But so I had to really articulate and get my point across to convince Jeff, not
Mm.
James. I know James will be down, but Jeff.
He knew
Sung practiced this with Shy before.
he knew
I knew
his
my
audience.
audience.
No, but
That
I
was
really like
so
the 12
good.
idea. And I like the 12, and I want to see, the other 4 competing to see how the points play out. I'll take a look after this just to look at the points and see how. I don't care who gets eliminated, but I want to see how close it is if I delete event 9 and then add it back in to see what changes from there to see the dynamics.
What are the other 4 you're talking about? The
Yeah, I
bottom
think-
4 get to fight to get in or something? What do you? I
No,
don't know what you're
no,
talking
no.
about.
It's the best 16, top 16 scores would make it, but 12 are guaranteed. So,
Okay.
well, I guess it could flip, right? If you played like shit and 16 gets the first and bumps up and moves. I mean, I get the idea of it, but you want to fight for 12 at least, or top 16 would make it. Or you make
I
event
think
9
that's a
just.
great
No,
idea,
no,
man.
no. I
Even-
like
even if
it.
it's
I like it.
16.
That's why I'm at 89%.
Even if it's 16,
What?
because then half the field get cut, and then half the field get cut again. It's a good number to have. I mean, 12 I like better. I do like 12 better because we only have like 24
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it'll really depend on how many people join and then just kind of going from there.
Yeah.
Um,
Because if you look at last year, we had 22, and then Tom and Jerry, like they barely came. So we basically had 20 people in our league. With exception also to Mike. Like Mike barely came to any events. He met barely any either too. So I think 12 is a good where it's gonna motivate people to play better every round.
I've recruited
Yeah, I
some
mean, I
people
agree,
for next
especially
year
if-
though too. I've recruited at least like 4 people, so I mean we're back up to like 25
all right, well,
or so.
okay. Well,
Might have
I
to
mean,
make a Facebook ad.
I'm like right there. I'll boost a post about this on Instagram. Our reel, I'll boost it and see what happens. But no, I mean, I'm at 89%. I like it, the 12 and then 16, whatever we get to.
I mean, if we're putting this to a vote, I mean, it sounds like we're all in favor
I mean, if we had to
of
make
this.
if we had to make a decision tonight, and when I send out the invites later in the month, then yeah, we'll probably have a cut line.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'll go 12 for sure.
I like
Only
12.
12 make it. Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Because then
50%.
people,
It's 50% from the field.
and people gotta train. I feel like they gotta train.
And-
They gotta try. Like a lot of people are just
And if you
coasting
do
by.
16, if you do 16, you could still sandbag.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's gotta
It's
be
not
12.
enough people in the league. Yeah.
But
Okay,
first
so
place would have to
12
get
will
something
get
though
to
too
made-
for the season, either the buy or
Yeah, no,
Uh,
first place.
trophy.
I think you can either do the current reward where you get strokes or you get a bye week.
I would say we would have to go back to the bye week.
I
Yeah,
love the
I'm
buy.
in for whatever on that aspect of it.
Yeah, I would say that you would have to have a bye, because if you have 12 people join and you're already starting at a net advantage, that sounds a pretty big advantage on a smaller field.
I still got caught last year, so
Yeah, well, I mean, we had 100% handicap allowance, a lot of things that were overlooked, but I think we're heading in the right direction as a club, and it's going to be a lot more competitive. Hopefully, we have a bigger field, and yeah, I mean, again, it'll be dependent on it, but we'll have a cut line, and it'll be just really dependent on. So I'm agreeing. We'll have a cut line, and it'll just depend on how many people join,
Good
whether it
job,
be 12 or
Song.
16.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's make the
Song,
competition real competition.
Song's gonna have another couple weeks to talk with Shy and his next PowerPoint presentation about why 12 over 16, and he'll somehow end up convincing us that it should be 12.
That's 12. I'm firm on 12.
I like
And
12,
then
man.
what the
I
other
like
last
12.
sport was like 12 is good. 50%. Minimum 12 players, maximum 16.
And the 12 who make it, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be easier to schedule for all 12 of us to play, in the playoffs instead of like breaking it up with 2 days or
Yeah,
like because the 12 people who
And
make
then
it
what? Playoff
probably are
2,
gonna play. Playoff 2 is 8.
and then 4 get eliminated from playoff 1 that 8 advance.
yeah, same
Yeah,
thing. I think we
same
just go
thing.
12.
Man, good thing we have a board of governors here. Okay.
I think it's I like
All
that.
right.
I don't think anyone's gonna disagree having a cut line, except that people that can attend a lot of events, which we're trying to accommodate having morning tea times too, because that's mainly their reason for why they can't make it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways.
I'm sold. I'm sold on the cut line. I think we could move on from that, and
I'll
we'll
put
just
a
figure out
pin
how
on
many join
this.
to figure out the 12 to 16.
I'll put a pin on this. I want to move to the next thing, although this really ate up a lot of the other ideas that I had. But I want to talk about golf peds. Jeff introduced me to something called NeuroGum or something. Is that what it's called, Jeff? NeuroGum? Where it like helps you
Yeah, I don't know.
focus. Is that allowed? Is that allowed in real golf and sports? And is that allowed?
I don't know.
Hold on a second. Time out. I'll try to wrap this up in the next 10 or 15 minutes quickly. Anyways, okay. Well, we might have to cut this part out because Jeff thinks it's too it's not PC enough. But it's been brought to my attention that there is people using NeuroGum and Adderall to like golf peds. Is that allowed in golf? Should we allow that? Should we test for this
PEDs,
stuff?
dude. PEDs. They're not pads. They're called PEDs.
I mean, I don't think I've okay.
Anyways, I'm gonna move to our last topic. Your golf cut line just took up way too much good time, so I have to move this along. But the last thing I wanted to talk
That
about
was a great
is
selling point, dude.
I agree. I know. I'm sure he practiced this with Shy before we recorded this, and he did a great job.
Come with them at numbers.
I do want to talk about this last thing and why Sung is really here. You called us online for the world to see that you felt like maybe Jeff was ducking you. Not so much me. I was in my own lane, but
Yeah,
I
you
was
called us.
doing no such thing.
Jeff was dodging call outs, I feel like. And I don't know why I feel like Jeff was dodging. You called us. You got my attention. We need to finalize this 2v2. What are we doing? Like, how are we going to do this? Do we need Tom here for this? Like,
I think, yeah, obviously I had to use certain words to get everyone's attention. Jeff was definitely ducking for a little bit on the comments. So I had to go extreme measures and use certain words to get the flame going on so we can get a match. I mean, I didn't even play in the match. So I know that every time I play with Jeff, I always have his number. So I'm down. So I'm at full confidence. At least I can take out Jeff anytime.
Sung has become an arch rival here all of a sudden out of nowhere in this league. The bane to my existence has to go low. Event 9, lights out,
That's with
-6,
the
which is why
handicaps,
we're
though.
incorporating 100%. We're getting rid of the 100%. Yeah. But yeah, no, he went
mean,
lights out, knocked me out,
I
knocked me
think
out in my placing.
I think we were talking about no handicaps when we played 2v2, though. I don't know what format we're going to play. Are we going to do best ball again? Or I think it's pretty fair if we don't do any handicaps. I mean, Sung is what, 2 strokes on you, and Tom, according to Grint, has a stroke on me. So we're actually at a disadvantage playing heads up, but I would rather play heads up 2v2.
Yeah, no, I think no handicap is perfectly fine because I know that when Jeff started last year, I think he at least got to a 14 and finished at 17. And I think James, you started at 7 and finished with a 10. So I think there's like a 3-stroke swing, people that are generally consistent golfers. Because I started at 17 and I finished at 14 for the season. So And then Tom's right around what your score is at, James. So I think it makes perfect sense to play with no handicap.
I don't know anymore, dude. This guy's at the range when it's 10 degrees outside, so he might feel a lot better than me now. This guy's crazy, dude.
Sometimes you don't need practice to get better. It's all right.
He's-
Practice is good, but too much is could be too much though. But I
Hey
hope he
man,
gets
I
better.
just actually had a range session with him. I've never had this problem. Now I got this golfer's elbow, and after doing the range session with him, my elbow hurts. I'm like, what the hell?
Nice,
need some
nice. All right, so
strokes.
we'll play very soon there.
We need some strokes. I guess we got to figure out the format. Do we want
Man,
to
I
do
beat
best
his
ball
ass at the-
again? That was kind of fun when we did it with Tom and Andrew.
Well,
And then like on your birthday.
I mean, if Sung's a representative, I think we need Tom on the show to figure out this format and figure out a wager and stuff. So I think we need Tom on here to discuss everything. I do respect Sung here defending his cousin's honor and calling us names to get this match going. So
Mhm.
the challenge is accepted. And we
Nice.
will figure out a date that we could all get on here. We'll discuss our format, what we'll play for, and let the best family win.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is a
down. I know
family-
that. I know,
family
James. You
rivalry.
talked about. I know you talked about Korean barbecue afterwards, so like that's good with me as well. I'm not in this matter. Is not like money or whatever. It's more pride of the Shin.
This one
versus
is
the
just
Kim,
pride.
So
Yeah,
it's a
this one is
pride.
pride.
This is pride.
This is pride.
And then free barbecues. It's always good at the
Yeah,
end.
no
too,
alcohol
so.
though. Jeff doesn't drink, so I
No,
can't
you
drink
gotta
for
throw some
both of
alcohol
us.
in there.
I can't drink for both of us.
Right?
Yeah, that is
Not
a
anymore.
disadvantage. But I'll buy a ton of Sprite and not drink it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think none of us drink that much, so it won't be like that much alcohol we'll be drinking anyway. So I don't think that'll be a huge factor when it comes to the bill.
I am interested to see. I think it'll be fun if we do, 2v2. Like, I don't know. Well, I think we're discussing like best out of 3 because it not just one game. I said one game, but Jeff said best out
Winner
of 3.
takes all, one event. I think we have to do 2 out of 3.
Okay, if you want to, I guess you're a little scared.
No, I just want to sweep. That's all.
Oh, you want to sweep? Oh, is that what it is? Okay, okay.
That's all. Because one is like, all right, it's not really satisfying, right? Because you're
It's a
gonna want
fluke.
more, and then you're gonna bait me with, your poor choice of words, and I'm gonna go, okay, we'll do another one, and then beat you there. So if we establish 2 out of 3, then it's set.
It's completely over. All right, all right. I'm down with
Yeah.
that.
I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna win one. You guys are gonna come crawling back for a rematch, and then we're gonna be like, a rematch? You guys haven't beat anyone to get to a rematch. So
Jeff is gonna be
Tom
dodging
doesn't
for a
really
long
deserve
time.
a rematch, and Sung had some words here that got our attention, so he's gonna do it again. So let's just nip that in the bud and just get this over with 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna pin this clip right there and show it to you. End of the when we're done.
Bulletin board material.
I'm gonna save
Love
this
it.
clip. I'm gonna save that.
Well, I think that's all I have for today,
So-
unless you have any final thoughts. But anyone final thoughts before we
No,
conclude this and go our separate ways?
a little final. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for season 10. I love it right now, at least internally with our group of friends here. The shit talking or, trying to let's get better. I love it that, our attitude the last couple years has been like, yeah, it's cool this guy won, right? But now it's like, no, you know what I do miss? I do miss the shit talking. I do miss trying to get better. I love it that Cowboy sent that little story about him at the range and saying you guys suck or whatever. And it's like, now Tom's buying into it where let's get it, Sung calling everyone, I miss that stuff where, yeah, where's that fire to get better? I do want to beat this guy's ass. Now I have, not only Sung to beat, I got Tom to beat, Cowboys on the radar, James is on the radar, all these
Get the
people on the
fuck outta
radar. And
here, dude.
I would love it that you guys get knocked out of the playoffs too. You know what I mean? Like, let's bring that competition back.
If I don't
Yeah,
make
man. When
the
we get the
top
cut line,
12,
they'll compete.
if I'll say this here now, if I don't make the top 12, I will sell my golf bag. Like, I'll quit if I can't make top 12 out of all you fucking scrubs.
Yeah, so a lot
I'll
of good
start
changes. We
selling
got
my
golf
stuff.
name change. We got a cut line. We're gonna make it competitive again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the cut line will do it.
that's gonna be good. I
That
did
just
forget to mention,
naturally. That just naturally.
for sure. I did forget to mention though.
That just
what'd you forget?
naturally motivates people.
This
Yeah.
is our 10th year, and we have to do something like a bag tag, or I don't know. We do have to do something for everybody this year. Like, we need a marketing
Well,
department.
I'm actually reaching out to a couple companies, so we'll see where that goes. I did reach out to one company that has golf gloves, and it would be awesome if they just sponsored the event or just threw us some gloves, right? And we all wear it during the league, and whoever's cool with recordings and stuff like that, might just show it. But yeah, bag tag or something, 10th year. I think a
Yeah,
bag tag would
something.
be cool.
I think it would be too. Like your hole in one
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Like,
something
doesn't it
that
spin?
to think about. I don't think not everyone has bag tags, their own gear, but bag tags, I don't think not everyone has that. So that would be
Especially with the new
nice.
logo and name, I
Yeah,
think it
we've
would
been
be
talking
cool.
about it forever.
Well, those league dues got to
Yeah.
go up, putting a tax on those on
160 is
this league.
good.
I mean,
Maybe we'll
Song said it
do,
earlier. It's not even a
if
lot of
anything,
money.
we'll do 160 and maybe get rid of. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
I
but
think even if anything, I think you can even take it up to 200 and maybe do a weekly payout too. Like
200
if you
wouldn't
think
be
about
bad.
it, if there's 20 people joining, if you do 20 people joining, $40 a person, that's $800. That's almost $100 league event that you could win if you first. So that's not all.
That would
It
be
could
some.
also
That would.
motivation.
yeah, you could win two and cut your. Damn, song's on fire today.
Yeah, you got some great ideas.
And I
Where the
bet
fuck are
Jeff,
all the?
I'll bet you I got some more. Just let me know when you want on me
You keep
back.
going.
Where was all these ideas before?
You guys were doing all your podcasts. I was listening in and trying to see how we could make it competitive. And this just makes it naturally competitive where we couldn't even not even do the whole percentage swing or shaving off strokes where it just yeah. I mean we're guys, so we're competitive. So if you can't make the top 12, or if you're not gonna join because you can't make the top 12, like it's not even top 3, it's top 12. I don't
Some good
want you in the
points.
league if you're not confident to make the top 12.
I
Man,
have to
we're going back to
agree.
the 90s. Suge Knight.
Song, do you have any final thoughts
I agree.
before
He's on
I
fire.
let
Bring
you
up.
guys go? I mean, I have to go. We're going to the VR place tonight, so I gotta get going soon. Sung, do you have any final thoughts of?
Nice.
Sounds like you have a lot of like, great ideas that you're just withholding from us.
Oh no, man. I think my final thought was the cut line is my thought. Where if we do that, I think I'll be very happy with how the league kind of going. Because obviously I don't know how you guys vision the league to go in the forward or how you guys saw it, but I think that cut line is kind of a game changer for the league too. It eliminates any sandbaggers, attendance, people wanting to get better. It just naturally motivates people to get better. So I think that's better for the invitational.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Invitational Golf Club.
I
All
think
right. I mean, yeah.
I think the league
A
has
lot.
been
I
scared
mean, I
to
know
get.
we're gonna do it. I just want to look at the numbers here between 12 and 16. If let's just assume everyone returns and no one joins, let's just look at it that way. But I think we have a lot of people looking to join this year, so it should be cool. And I'll look into bag tags.
Cool.
Post.
James.
Well, I was gonna say, I think before, I think we were trying to be so inclusive and like, I don't know, afraid to get canceled or something because it's still popular to cancel people, that we're trying to be super inclusive and wanting people to join. But I think now there's been a shift in the league and in the world where authenticity is much more appreciated. And I think this level of competitiveness is pretty cool too. Cause I feel like for a long time, people are just coasting by. You didn't have to get better. The handicap system we thought was a super equalizer. You didn't have to get better. If you wanted to get better, that was cool. It was cool for you to do, but it wasn't cool if someone else didn't want to get better. That's fine. And I think nipping that in the bud is really nice where now, hey, we got a cut line. Everybody has to train. Everybody has to hit that hyperbolic training thing that Goku always went to. Like everybody has to start getting better, practicing, going to the range, playing, like everything's on the line now. I think that's cool. I think we just have to figure out if it's going to be top 12 and what first place gets. I like the idea of every event, there is some money involved in the winner, not just out of your pocket to bet, but like out of the pot or something. If we got to raise it $40, whatever, I mean, it's not a ton of money. We could even affirm the payments if you want, 4 easy payments of $50. But I think, yeah, there was really some good talking points today. We just got to finalize some other things. If there's anything else that people want to chime in on to make it more competitive, I think we're all down to here. But that's my final thoughts. I think that concludes today. If anyone else has any final thoughts to say, but I think we did good here. See you. I don't know, the Super Bowl. So I'll try to get some sim golf in. You know what we could do is we could try to talk to Tom. We could get some sim golf in and talk to Tom and figure out like a format or something. Tom has some free sim golf we could play, so that might be a thing we could do.
Yeah, we'll reach out to him and we'll figure out. We'll get Tom and Sung back on the show, and then we'll discuss this 2v2.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
See you later.
See you.
Bye.
Later.